Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Think right out here in the lab, in the wee hours in the morning, doing what I do for you. Just the way I like it. I hear the birds chirping now. Sun's about to come up. Let's go. Right, isn't 25 rules led by storytelling. Story with a message, message and story for life. I give life lessons. You tuning in and receiving them. I hope they're working out for you. I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right thinkers mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. That's my mission, to get you to do just that. If you do your part, you better do just that. You'll be able to know thyself. That's the question I'm asking. And here we go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. I got you. That's why I do what I do for you. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Excuse me. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. Truth. I profess myself to be a truth teller. I only tell what I know to be the truth. So I can live up to my concept of being a truth teller. Now, today, right thinkers, let's talk about why the truth, again, is so important to be taught to our young. I might get a little heated as we go along because I'm feeling this a little bit. So yeah, my passion gonna be raised up a little bit, but understand it, it's only because I care. As a parent first and a teacher second, I always put teaching the truth to my children first and number one priority for me. I don't want to give them false nonsense. I didn't give the Christmas thing. I didn't do none of that. Why? Because I was a little bit above that nonsense at that time then. Not spiritual enlightened, but just a little bit more understanding. That's a waste of my time. I'm not going to fill my kids' heads with nonsense. Okay. I was a truth teaching parent. I was a single parent for a while. Yeah, and I raised my son my way, on my terms. And I always respect his mother for that, for allowing me to do that. So I always have respect for her. I held telling my son the truth as what? A priority one. I kept it real with him. P-Funk. I didn't BS my son about nothing in life. Everything he got straight down the middle, right between the eyes, and he dealt with it admirably. I respect him for that also. I admire him, my son, because he handled his business like I taught him, and he took it and he ran with it. He's doing the same thing with his. So I got grandkids coming up with my concepts. So far, so good. Change that dynamic with truth. Okay, that's my point here. When you are honest with yourself, first of all, and I am, you can be truthful with others. And as a parent, it should start with your mate or your first thing, your children. Don't BS the kids. I refuse to put my son through that nonsense. And he used it and it worked well for him. He passed on to his friends and so forth, so on. But that's the way his life is now. He lived that way. When the life lessons, aka the truth, is taught to you at an early age, when you get it early, then you got something, you got a foundation, which is based on truth, not a whole bunch of fairy tales and nonsense that you're going to think that was true and ain't. To come find out that it was all nonsense. That's what they tell you. Forget everything you learned. Well, why teach it to me if I got to forget it, if it's not useful to me? Yeah, see, I got to calm it down. All right. If what we are teaching our young is not real life lessons and truthful, why are we teaching it? You paying people to lie to our children, making the parents' job harder at home. When you brainwash the kid at school, he got to come home and parent got to deal with that nonsense. But if it was true, the parent can roll with that a little bit better. When I was coming out, we had PTA meetings, parent-teacher conference, all that good stuff. I don't know what they're doing now, but I was a concerned parent. If my son was involved, I want to know what's going on, who's around, and what's being done. So that's parenting. When I was doing what I did, I didn't see many parents. Another story, ain't going there. Okay, watch this. I give spiritual advice to my young right thinkers. Forget everything that they told you. That's not good. Why? Because if we keep telling them nonsense that they gotta forget, why give it to them? Why don't we just give them the truth from the beginning? I know they fund you the money. I know they do. I say you got to teach their concepts. I say we go Afrocentric. I say we go Commission concepts. I say we just teach us about us and stop with the slave trade nonsense. I'm done with that. Sorry, I just amp when it comes to that. It's insulting to our intellect to let them tell us we were just slaves. Trying to backhand somebody. So our young people have to be lied to until what? They grow up and learn the truth. That's ridiculous to me. Why? Because every life lesson I taught my children, they can still use to this day. That's why. I told my son I was Daddy Claus. Ain't no Santa Claus. He adjusted to it. He dealt with no problem. To his kids, he's Daddy Claus. I'm just saying. Yeah, I would love to see more Afrocentric schools for our young, teaching our spiritual truth to our young, our way. Why can't we do? Oh, I forgot. They give us the money. All these billionaires we got, all this money we got into Black America, we can't fund our own education system. That is an atrocity. Back it down, get off the soapbox, get back to the lesson. Yeah, I'm about to go off. Our education system is subpar at best. Right now, we are underachieving in the education of our young. Back in the 60s, 70s, education was in the forefront, which was a good thing. We was from 1 to 3 in the scales of education. We in the 20s now. That means you got third world countries that's smarter than us. They might have the money in us, but they are raising smarter people than we are. We wonder why our children's doing what they're doing. Look what we're raising. When you got a 6-year-old bring a gun to school and shoot the teacher, who's teaching them that? I'm sure they learned it in school, but remember, home parents have a responsibility too. Back it out, get out, move on. All right, here you go. I teach spiritual truth to adults. Okay, my students are adults, but I'm teaching them on a kid's level. Not good. I hear every week, young right thinking philosophy really works. I hear it from all my students. They love it. Why? In everyday life, they're using the things that I'm giving them and they're using it and it's working for them. So they let me know it's working. That's what I do it for. That's my love and desire and my passion to do just that. Learning something new, aka spiritual truth, is cool. But when you learn it, if you live those truths, that's even cooler. Why? Because you'll be a different person and they'll start recognizing you and seeing it. Wow, something this brother changed. I gave them the concept, caterpillar and a butterfly. You can't stay a caterpillar. When you're young, you're dumb and ignorant. If you go through life and don't gain knowledge and understanding, you're going to be old, dumb, and ignorant. That's not a good look. So please understand, learning, acquiring knowledge and information for yourself is the way to go. If our young people was taught the truth, about their ancestors and the greatness of what they did and achieved, we wouldn't have all this negative mindset against ourselves, self-hatred, because man, the white man got me, the white man had us, all that negative thought process is ignorance. Raise your conscious level with what? Knowledge and some truth that you can hold on to and build the foundation around. I know my ancient concepts can't be touched by modern concepts. Why? This is the original. I know that. So I don't work. Had a guy telling me he want to come debate me on my show with the Bible. I said, my man, don't waste neither one of our time. Why? Because my followers don't concern themselves with the Bible. Why? I don't teach for the Bible. If you come in here with biblical stuff, they're going to turn you right out. Okay, so debating me, understand this. As my master teacher explained eloquently, my equals, I will debate. We can discuss and have an understanding. But all others I teach. Don't think because you got a different opinion that you're teaching me, you're not teaching me nothing about that book. So take it, mind your business, and leave me be. If what I'm teaching ain't your cup of tea, that's fine. But don't think you can debate me or compete with me. Don't waste your time or mine or my viewers. Let's get back to the lesson. Sorry to get that out there. And if they're watching, I hope you got my point. You can call me. You know what to do. Oh, okay. Okay, here you go. All I teach, here you go, is our ancient ancestry truth as I know it to be, that I live by them and have been for the last 30 some odd years. So don't tell me about what you believe. Don't care. It's so rewarding when you can see your students finding themselves in life, living by the principles and the philosophy that you gave them, and they hook, line, and sinker took it, and it's working for them. So that's just a good feeling. That's what teachers do. I want to see my students pass. I don't want to see failures. I don't want to see failures in my. No, I don't want nobody to fail. It's not an option in life. Sorry about that. Now, if your teachings are not producing good results, that's like planting and then nothing come up. You got bad seed or you got bad ground. Either one, it won't produce nothing. This is why the ego is a one-time deal. Why? He don't need to reproduce. Don't need but one of them. That's why. And understand it. If you're teaching somebody something and they're not producing, I'm a teacher who don't give paper tests. It ain't about that. I could care less. I don't pressure you to learn. It's all about you doing what you think is best for you. I just put out there for you. It's knowledge a la carte. Take what you like and let the rest go. I ain't got a problem with that. But I can see in your actions if you're thinking right, living right, doing right. Why? Because it will show, and I see all my students, I know them personally. I pay attention, I listen, and I observe. So I have a good concept and perspective about who I'm teaching and what they're learning. If you're a right thinker, you learn from what? Listening, reflecting, thinking about it, and then meditating on the lesson, and then implementing it into your life to see if you can manifest what they said you should if you do this. I go to gym, I get muscles. I get physically fit. Why? Because I'm putting in the work. That's what happens. That's how it's done. You can't go to the gym and do nothing and think you're going to get physically fit. Speaking of the gym, I got some time before I'm about to head out. So, yeah, let me wrap this up. I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you get this lesson. This is for my young people. All right. I want our young people right on time to be what? Taught the truth and watch them run with it. Give them the truth ball and they will run with it. We give them nonsense and they running with it, just don't know where they're going. Give them the truth. That will guide them. That will put them in that tunnel vision, that focus to do what they think is best for them. With the truth, they can have that. With lies and nonsense, they got to fight through that to get to find the truth. Give them the truth. Sorry about that. Let me wrap this up. All right. Teaching the truth. Again, I'm big on that. Is what I do for you. Why? Because I want to teach our young the truth too. I want to get to my youth. I'm dealing with adults, but my preference is the young. Why? They're easier to give the truth to, and it would mature and mature a lot faster than dealing with you old fogies. who all you want to do is argue, critique. Well, I thought this. I don't care what you thought. If I'm teaching, you should be learning. Sorry about that. Get back. Let me wrap this up. The idea of being young and dumb, that's fine. That's okay. We give that. But if you don't learn life lessons, you're gonna be old and dumb. That's crazy. Old fool. Ain't no fool like what an old fool. That's truth. Again, if we make them dumb when they're young, that's preparing them to be what? Dumb when they get old. Why? Because if what you give them ain't serving them, it's not going to benefit them at all. The truth is, there we just have to, the truth is there. We just have to learn it, live it, and manifest what it can do for us as a people. Better our living condition amongst each other. It's a societal thing. It's a village thing. It takes a village to raise a child. So how do we get back to our village concept and do the work that we need to? A lot of us don't want that. Again, when the truth is learned early in life, you can live by these truths or those truths just like Mr. Wright. Once you find out the truth, you can live by them and you will make the change for yourself. That's right thinking philosophy. That's my goal, to get you to find the truth for yourself and live it and know for yourself. I tell you, I don't just teach the truth. I also live by those same truths that I teach, aka the sage. I got to go to the gym and do what I do so I can come back and do what I do for you. I'm out. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Let's go.